What's going on, guys? It's your boy Maya, man. Welcome back for another video. So today, man, we talking about how to choose the right kind of content, or like how to choose the right kind of content for you. I know today, man, we see so much different content on the internet, and sometimes people struggle with, I know I struggle with sometimes, figuring out, well, what's the best content idea? Like, should I do long form? Should I do short form? Should I do skits? Should I do yapping videos? Like, there's so many different things on the internet. What do I choose? First, I would say, let's talk about not what kind of content you want to make, but let's talk about what kind of content is out there. Let's first off talk about how do we view content as a whole, right? So I know a lot of times on social media, you know, we see a lot of negative, we see a lot of positive, we see a lot of this, a lot of that. And it took me a while to understand what's going on, because you are people who are consuming versus people who are producing content, right? So sometimes you see a lot of different things, and then you see a lot of repetitive content where, like, this person does the same video as this person, does the same video as this person. And once you start to realize that, you really kind of start to notice that people are looking at it from so what do I mean by that? Like, what do I mean that they're looking at it from two different angles? So from you as a consumer, you're just seeing, okay, this is good, this is bad, blah, 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 blah. As a producer, they're looking to see, okay, which is the kind of content that people engage with most. So if I see somebody that did this skit over here that did well, I might do the same skit. Or if I see somebody who did this trend and that trend did well, I might do the same trend. It's almost like a follow the leader or monkey see, monkey do it. Because as creators, people are oftentimes trying to come up with viral content. They're trying to come up with content that's, you know, gonna do well, people are gonna engage with. And, you know, when you're doing market research or different things like that, a lot of times they're taking content from other creators or content ideas from other creators, and they're repurposing it for their own content, right? So that's why you see a lot of different content creators create some of the same videos or similar videos or what have you. And that's because of the fact that they see people making this content, it's doing well, it's going viral. Let me try to see if I make a similar content or a similar video with the same trend, if mine will do well and stuff like that. You're kind of creating the odds, or increasing the odds, I should say. Same thing when people use the same kind of titles. Like, if you're seeing this, or the truth about, or this is the realness, or, you know, all of those kind of clickbaity titles, people use the same titles because it can increase their chances, you know, theoretically with the algorithm. So first off, you have to change from the consumer content mind to the producer content mind. And so a lot of times that's the same thing with, like, repetitive content, where you start seeing clips and stuff that was like 3 years old, 4 years, 5 years old memes, old videos going viral, whether it was Vines, whether it was old TikToks going viral, old Instagram posts going viral, and then people putting them back out there again, because sometimes if this post did well before, we can repeat that theme and then put it back out there again, right? So you have to kind of break down the stuff that you're seeing on social media. Same thing with the yapping videos. People just talking, the talking head videos is because other people are doing talking head videos. It's done well for them. So now it's like, okay, the algorithm could possibly or theoretically be pushing talking head videos. So now I should have talking head videos, right? So the first thing I think is to reverse engineer in a way, or understand why content is being produced, right? And then also, I think the second part of that, understanding why content is being produced, is understanding who the content is for. Like, if you're a type of person, you know, if you look like me, you know what Black Twitter is, or Black Instagram, or whatever all these things are. And if you're on the opposite end, then you have your, you know what I'm saying, everybody has their kind of For You page that's geared towards what they like and what they believe. You know, I know for me, one time I did like a deep dive, you know, in, like, I'm not a politic person, but I always kind of wanted to see what opposite sides say about the other side. So, like, if you're on the MAGA side versus if you're, like, on the blue side, I kind of wanted to see what each person, you know, says about each other. And what I kind of came to the conclusion on is, like, each person or each side has content that's geared towards that side. So if I'm on this side, the left side, I'm going to see more content that's geared toward left-minded people. If I'm on the right side, I'm going to see content that's geared towards more right-minded people. And then I think your algorithm kind of pushes that based on what mind you're in. So that's another thing. You have to see what kind of content is geared towards the people that you're looking at. Because for me, for some people who have families and stuff like that, you're going to see more family-oriented content because now you have families. For people who are single, you'll probably see more like relationship podcast, dating content, because that's kind of what that's what you engage with. So it's also about the kind of content that you consume, the content, understanding the difference between the consumer and the producer, and then understanding what content does well on those sides. Because you might think that, okay, this is the content that's going viral, but really it could just be based on whatever's going on in your algorithm at that moment, at that time, right? So those are kind of some things that I look for when looking for content. Now, you want to know what kind of content do you produce? And for me, to be honest, the answer is easy. Like, the answer is simple. It's whatever content you can kind of stick with. Now, how do you find out what kind of content you can stick with? Like I said, if you're looking at the demographic of things that you're going to look at, you're going to look and see, okay, this is what people are consuming versus producing. And then you're going to kind of gauge what can you do. Like, if you really look closely, like I said, on social media, you start to see that there are different type of content that people make. And it's kind of, you don't see it at first because you just consume it. Like, okay, I see it scared, I see people talking this and that. But when you start to look at it, you see, okay, this is this type of content producer. This person produces yap content. This person produces skits. This person produces, they do like tell-all stories. This person does, you know what I'm saying? So you have to kind of find what content you can do and what kind of content you can stay on. Obviously, social media, they say work on your hooks and stuff like that. But I think the most important thing right now is just to get your reps in. Find the kind of content that you like. Find the kind of content that you think you can stick to. And then start with that. And then once you kind of start with that, then you can add those other pieces as time goes on. You know what I mean? Like, and also you got content creators who create content about telling other content creators how to create content. So that's in itself is its own form of content and niche. Whether they know everything or not, sometimes me telling you, hey, this is what works, and you engaging with that, now that's going out to more people who now are consuming the same content to see what works and what doesn't work, if it works, if it doesn't work, or whatever. And that's how they create, their views and stuff like that. So you kind of have to see what kind of content, what kind of lane you want to be in. Same thing with people that create courses and marketing and stuff like that to you. They're doing that because that is also content. If I can tell you, or I can make you believe that I know more than you in this subject, or if I do know more than you in this subject, even if I don't give you all of it, I can now make a marketing scheme of content around the little that I do know. You know what I'm saying? Or what I do know. So it's so many different kind of content creators out there. When you turn from a consumer to a producer, you can kind of see what kind of different content is being made. And then you can kind of adjust based on what kind of content you'll be able to do. So for me, I do talking heads right now. I do candle content as well. And on Straight to the Music, my other platform, Straight to the Music, you guys, if you like music stuff, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Straight to the Music. But anyways, if you like that stuff, I do clip ups of videos and stuff too. So it's so many. You got clippers. That's another one. People who just clip up old content. So it's figuring out what kind of content you want to do. Finding something that's going to be simple for you, and not just simple for you, but sustainable for you to stick to, that you can repeatedly put out. If you're going to do skits, sometimes skits are hard, you know what I'm saying, because you got to plan it. But if it's like a simple skit that you can kind of come up with in your own creative mind, sometimes taking ideas from other creators and forming your own thing, then that could be a successful way for you to do it. But find something that you can stick to, find something that you like, and find something that's going to be sustainable for you to do long term. I think that's the main thing, long term. And then as time goes on, your content might change, your vision might change. But I think the thing is just to get out there. You got people that do faceless pages too. You know what I mean? And I also think don't be scared to switch up. Switch up the kind of content that you want to do. If it's something different that you're thinking about doing or that you want to do, try it. Test it. Like for me, I'm doing these videos because it's something I want to do, but I'm also testing. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see if this is the kind of style that I want to stick with long term versus if it's something else I want to do. And I do look at other creators for inspiration, but ultimately I have to do what I feel is best for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not necessarily a person that likes to copy and paste other people's content, because there's no guarantee that kind of content is going to go viral. But it's okay to take kind of ideas that already work instead of making stuff harder for yourself, ultimately. You know what I mean? So That's how I look at content. That's how I figure out what kind of content I want to make, what kind of content I want to produce. I see what's out there, and then for me, I find out, okay, what is something that I can stick to right now? You know, like I said, I still post candle stuff, but I haven't really made a lot of candle videos lately just because of work and things like that. But that still doesn't mean that my audience can't get content, even if it's different. So just think about that. Look and see what's out there. Follow the, find the trends, follow the trends. See what kind of content people make. Like, there's so many different versions of content that you probably don't even know exist. You know what I mean? Just because of what you see on your algorithm, that might be all that you think that's out there, and it's somebody else who do just sewing content, who would just do ASMR, or who just, it's so many different things that you don't even know is out there because you don't see it. Does that make sense what I'm saying? So do your research, find the trends, and ultimately find something that you can stick to, right? And this is how I believe that you find content that's going to go viral. This is how I believe that you find content that you can create long term. All right, till the next time, have a great day. Peace.